Okay, so we're about to enter, and what you're gonna see Muhammad doing here is, well, how about you go ahead and do it first, and then I'll explain. Yeah. So this is to make the
monkey,
wild animals,
yeah.
monkeys, snakes potentially, you know, that kind of stuff, make them go away. I think maybe one more. Aha. That was a big monkey right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are very naughty, and we don't want them disturbing us.
Very dangerous is the big one, the king of the colony.
Oh yeah, like the one we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Or maybe even bigger.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here you can see that's the mother tree, Aquilaria malacensis, Agarwood tree. And this is what the point I've always been insisting on so much. It's the fact that there are just so many saplings everywhere. So here, for example, this is one of the saplings from the same tree. Here's a baby, like this one probably, I don't know, might not even survive, but anyway. And right here, this little guy right here. That's another one as well. So you see within 1 square foot, you have 3 already. And there's more.
Yeah,
I see a bunch more over there as well. So you see, this is my point. I've been insisting on the fact that, you know, the wild is not really extinct. It's not about extinction. It's about the elimination. Oh, and there's more here. Oh, plenty more. These leaves that you see right there, yeah, that's also, yeah, right there, yeah. And many more, and over there I see more. Oh yeah, plenty more, bigger and bigger, yeah. So, you know, the wild stuff is not extinct. The problem is that the harvest-worthy stuff, especially here in Malaysia, what they end up doing is they strip the bark and they paint it with Monsanto Roundup, which is basically poison. Or they drill holes and they inject it with inoculates. So that is the main problem for a person like myself who just wants to distill wild oud oils. All right, so now we are about to approach the tree. Okay. All right, guys, so here you go. Aquilaria malacensis, or as they call it here in Malaysia, this is the Gaharu Asli. So they have quite a lot of different species in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. Most of them I don't even know.
Yeah.
But in Kedah state, there's only this one type, Aquilaria malacensis. And we showed you some saplings earlier. And there's quite a few more. In fact, some seem to be several years old. Maybe one is
maybe same age.
Some, no, well, maybe not the same age. This is perhaps 50-ish years old. Maybe around 50?
Yeah.
Those maybe, I think, maybe 20, plus minus?
Like I told you before, when I first time see that tree, it's
Yeah.
already that big.
Same thing, yeah.
10 years
Correct.
ago.
It's already reached its full size, by the way.
Yeah.
And as a side note, we are right now mid-altitude. Gunung Jerai was, of course, high altitude. Right now, we are mid-altitude. And this is basically, can you really tell? Yeah, so you can see, this is basically the size of a full-grown tree. It's not going to get any bigger. This is the full girth, girth-wise. This is as wide as it gets. What you see here, this is hacking done by hunters. Common practice everywhere, including Cambodia, basically everywhere. So there's 2 reasons for this. Number one, they want to check if there is any oleoresin resin inside. And the second reason, of course, is in fact to trigger infection. So in places like Kokong, for example, in Cambodia, I mentioned earlier somewhere, perhaps on my blog or elsewhere, that one of the primary reasons they do that now is because, you know, they just know they're not going to get actual good stuff inside. It's pretty much guaranteed. And so they deliberately do the hacking, which is going to cause stress to the tree, and that's going to produce some resin.
Yeah.
And so about 6 months or up to a year later, what they'll do is they will come back and get, yeah, so they just shave off a little bit, and that's what they use for distillation. So essentially that is the equivalent of plantation if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because the age of the resin is around 6 months to 1 year in that case. So that is basically, for the most part, standard practice for Cambodian. In other words, the majority of stuff in the market, that's, I can see, yeah, some more as well. Not this one, but there's some more as well over there. Now, if you look up, you can actually see this has been, sadly, this has been inoculated as well. So what we were mentioning earlier in the video, the problem is that in the wild, they are doing the same thing as well. So instead of having their own plantations where they decide to inoculate their own trees, in fact, this is the case with the majority of agarwood trees now in Malaysia. So most people won't tell you that, but in fact, I can see they have left the nails in as well in certain cases. So there's some holes, which is more of a, you can call it an organic method, or perhaps they actually injected stuff inside as well. And on the side, you can also see there are rusty nails, and they are deliberately, they use nails which corrode easily. And what that does is it actually produces resin much faster. So in Trat, for example, in Thailand, they use all sorts of methods there as well. And I've seen over there the agarwood harvested from those particular types of patches. They turn out blacker much faster. So of course, from a business perspective, that is faster money. Yeah, but for someone like our dear friend here, he wants it to go the natural course. And of course, yes, it affects the aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I want, I already can cut it.
Yeah. Even this one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure up there, for example, if we were to cut down that branch,
Yeah.
90% sure we are going to get some very nice wood from that branch up there. Yeah, that one. But generally the lowest branch. You can, if you hack that, or sorry, if you basically cut it down, you will find resin in there. Anyway, like I said, this has already been badly abused. Lots of hacking. I don't know, are these just drill holes or did they actually inoculate it?
Already inoculate.
Already inoculated.
Yeah.
And then on the side, you can also see the rusty nails. And in the back, you can see some more younger trees, the equivalent of teenagers, basically, in human terms. And this one here, this is a mother tree. So not a grandmother tree, but this is it's a mother tree. Yeah. Your parang is there if you want to hack it, or do you want to use the axe? So we're just going to show you the actual color, the original color of agarwood. There you go. You see that white color? It's a very pale white. This is the actual color of the tree inside. And so, you know, the beautiful dark juicy chunks that we see, that's when this stuff turns black from the stress or the whatever form of stress it is, whether it's inoculation or it's lightning strike or bear mauling or whatever. And then you get, well, I can see a little bit of resin here.
Yeah.
Tiny little patches. Well,
There's more resin.
yeah. All of that is in fact, yeah. I mean, it's not really the best. You can see the hardness as well.
Yeah.
So this is very, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a softer wood here. And this right there, this is a little bit harder. So yeah, you can see some oil here and here, yeah. And essentially anything close to the surface because of the hacking. Whereas it's very superficial. Inside it's white. So yeah, and as for the trees, I guess we can't really reach any of the leaves for this particular tree, but ideally I would have wanted to show you
That's one.
basically what it looks like when it's sick. Yeah. I mean, these are healthy, but how about you show these as well? So these are basically Aquilaria melicensis, healthy trees, healthy leaves, right? So it's basically darker on one side lighter on the other, kind of a, yeah, and you got the wavy edges. Okay, you see what's going on here? This is an entirely different tree. This is not agarwood, but when you have older trees, you see a lot of this going on with the leaves, and more so you see a lot of graying and browning, and a lot of fungus on the leaves as well, because the leaves are the tree is unable to fight off fungal attacks as it gets older and older, and it's sicker inside, and therefore it's one of the signs that it contains very high grade agarwood. Again, this is one of the saplings, and just too many to count around here. And this is again just to prove my point that, folks, agarwood in the wild is not going extinct. It's the high grade trees, the high quality and high grade stuff, that's what's going extinct. So these our friends at CITES and MTIB and so on,
Yeah.
they need to fix their act. They need to get their facts right. They are not really benefiting anyone with their, the way the system is right now.
Yeah.
There are other ways to protect the tree. The way CITES works right now, no.
Yeah.
It's not really
The
fulfilling any.
replantation of the Malacensis is more replantation.
Mhm.
The Malacensis is, I think, it's very important. You know?
Well, if you ask me personally, I don't think that's even necessary, because there are just so many saplings. Anytime you go near a mother tree, there are just so many saplings around. So if you ask me, my humble opinion is that's not required even. So there's other ways to regulate the trade, but maybe that's a topic for another discussion. There you go. And right there we have oil grade wood.
Yeah.
Kayu minyak. And by the way, it looks darker now because it's wet.
Yeah.
The entire the tree inside, it's basically wet inside right now. So even if you touch it, it's actually wet. So when it dries out, this is going to become like a very pale, dull orange color. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. Agar Taha here with Mohammed.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed this little mini documentary.
Yeah.
We'll see you another time. Thanks for watching.